Now to make a clean straight part, you put your comb on the top and your finger on the bottom, and the comb will automatically come to your finger, so you don't have to fight with your parts. Now I'm going to take a 2-inch section which goes about from my fingertip to my knuckle, and my little subsections are going to be between 1/2 and 1/4 of an inch. I hold the hair, put the comb in the middle of that section. Now I'm setting it at 4, I believe I'm setting this one at 4 inches, excuse me. And I'm putting the 90-degree piece on the head. It's pulling the angle. I slide up the back of the comb, remove the comb, and cut. Again, I'm taking a small section, hold, place the comb on the head. Now you notice there the comb is pulling the 90-degree angle from that position on the head where it's located right there. And you just, there's my finger stop. You just slide up the back of the comb till it stops your fingers, remove the comb, and cut. Now you'll notice on the comb, one end of the comb has a 90-degree angle and the other end has a 45. Today we're just using the 90. Now you just work through the whole haircut in this manner. Just put the comb on the head, let it pull its angle, slide up, and cut. Now I'm working very, very slowly so you can see everything that I'm doing. Now I've changed my hands from cutting across the top of my fingers to cutting across the bottom because it's an easier angle for me at this point. And again, you hold near the scalp, you put the comb down directly underneath it, you slide across the top back of the comb till your fingers are stopped by the finger stop. You remove the comb and you cut whatever's left over. And that's all you do throughout this whole haircut. Now, if I were going to cut a straight bottom line, I would not cut this next section of hair right now. But since I'm going to follow the natural hairline and I'm going to have the lift area in the ear, I'm just going to bring it down and continue cutting. Now, as you can see, the comb has replaced the guideline. The comb becomes your guideline. Here is the ear area that I was mentioning earlier. You see, the hair grows above the ear and then it grows down the back of the head, so that if you cut around the ear area and it grows a little in front, sometimes you have sideburns, and so you're going to have what is called a lift at the ear area if you follow the natural hairline, which in this case I am doing. Now I'm going to divide this section in half. Each section gets divided in half, by the way. So I'm going to divide this section in half. And again, you put the comb on the top where you want to start. You put your finger on the bottom where you want to end up. And you just pull the comb straight down, and you'll automatically get a clean, straight part. Again, on the top, and finger on the bottom. And that's how you do it. Going to clip this piece aside and start cutting on the little section in front of it. Now this section at top is very narrow because the back area of the head is expanding, and it's sort of a banana-like shape. It's small at the top and the bottom and wide in the center. So even though it's small at the top, I'm just going to take a little, like a 1/4 inch thickness, because if I tried to grab more hair, I would throw the balance of the cut off, because the hair is sitting further down on the head in this next section. So if I had pulled it all up at once, it would be uneven. I guess what I'm trying to say is even when you have just a little bit of hair, don't try and grab more because you think it'll make it faster. Now the section is beginning to get a little wider as I move down the head. Now you notice I usually comb through a couple of times at least to make sure I've got all the hair straight. And the comb goes in the center of that section so that you're just sliding right down evenly down the back. In the center, slide. Now right here you can see this tiny little piece in the corner. That's what I cut from the last section, so that when I cut this it just blends together to make a clean, even line from section to section. Because again, 4 inches is 4 inches and 90 degrees is 90 degrees. So it always comes out straight and even. And you'll notice my left hand, my finger automatically goes to the place where I want that comb to end up when I'm parting. Now, even though, again, this is a very small piece of hair, I'm going to divide it in half.
Okay, now I think you've seen how the comb works. You just lay the 90-degree end flat against the head, slide down the back of the comb, and stop your fingers at the slide ruler. Then you cut off what's remaining. So now I'm going to stop and jump to the finished product. So you just have to finish the hair exactly around the head the same way you've been doing it.